Hiya, this is Emma's Antenatal. I'm Emma and this video is all about inversions during late stages of pregnancy and labour. So I'm going to cover what are inversions and when you should be using them, when not to use them, and exactly how to do it. So first of all, what are inversions and why might you use them? Okay, so thinking about a pregnant woman and all the weight that she's got on the pelvic floor here, there's a lot of ligaments inside the pelvis that hold the uterus in place, and tension can build up here. So if you are just feeling really heavy and a bit achy, it might be a good idea, because when you get kind of later on in pregnancy, the weight of baby on the ligaments inside here, if you get tension that builds up, it's just like when you get tension in your neck, sometimes you just need something to help you let go of that tension. So what we're doing with an inversion is turning you completely upside down to take the weight of baby out of the pelvis, so that when you come back up again, everything can kind of resettle and you let go of that tension. So it can just help with comfort levels throughout pregnancy. So you can see this pelvis here, it does move about because you have the hormone relaxing during pregnancy, which helps all of these ligaments get looser so that you can open up, so that these bones at the bottom can get wider to help baby move through. You've got the movement of the coccyx at the back here, and the movement here across the sacrum, which is opening everything up and making space for baby to engage and move down into the pelvis. So positioning of baby as well for birth. So ideally we want our baby head down in the pelvis. So let me see if I can hold this all the right way. So we want baby kind of chin curled into chest, and you see this C shape here on baby's spine. So baby's legs are like this. And a pelvis, it doesn't sit straight like that. You've actually got your lumbar curve here. So the pelvis is tilted. So you want baby head down in the pelvis with their back around the front of your bump. So this way. So some babies, no matter how much you lean forwards and you're on all fours and you're doing all the things that you should be doing, they just stubbornly don't want to be in that position. And that might be the right position for them, and that's fine. But sometimes it could be that the tension that's built up in those ligaments are just meaning that there's not actually enough space for babies in there. It's not all to do with gravity. It is they will take up the space that's available to them, and this is why it can be really, really useful for breech babies as well. So if you have a breech baby, you really up the ante with these inversions. So it's recommended to do 3 sets 3 times a day, and there is some really good anecdotal stories come back about babies turning. There's lots of this on the Spinning Babies website as well. That's a really good place to go for information. I did some training with them a couple of years ago, and I found it so useful to just have the hands-on feedback as well. So yeah, in labour this might be a good idea if baby kind of wedges themselves in at a not great position, especially if your waters have gone or you've had waters broken and then nothing's happening. So we need, in order for a cervix to dilate, baby's head needs to be putting pressure on it. So it rarely, I won't say never, because it can happen, but it's quite rare for a cervix to dilate without the head actually being there, and it's like a polar neck. So the more pressure on it, it just kind of opens up as baby's head pushes down there. And in order for baby to put that pressure on the cervix, they have to do this rotation. They don't just go down in a straight line. So they start off usually on the left, sometimes on the right, and the contractions are turning them turning them, and we've all heard of like babies kind of coming in at the wrong angle, brow presentation, or maybe a shoulder kind of getting wedged there. So if you've got all of these downward forceful contractions and baby's just not been able to rotate into that perfect position, what we can do is tip everything up. They have a chance to have a right wiggle about, and then when you come back up, things can really pick up. So I've heard from a lot of women that have used this in labour, and that has been really key to getting things moving. So I think that's all the reasons why you would want to do the inversions. Some of the reasons why not to do them, contraindications. So it is, you know, it's quite a physical thing that you're doing. It's an extreme position for a pregnant woman. It's absolutely fine if you're completely in top health, but you are taking your heart above your head. We're going to tip right over. So if you do have any heart issues, check with your health professional. If you have high blood pressure or low blood pressure, again, check. Things going on with your placenta. So we don't want to, if you've got placenta previa or anything else like going on there. And the other one is glaucoma, so that's kind of pressure around the eyes. And if there's something else where you're like, I'm not sure, just go and check it out first, and make sure that you're safe. Okay, so let's move on to how to do it. So make sure you've got someone with you the first time that you do this, and maybe each time depending how you feel about it. You know, if you've got a big bump and you're not feeling all that mobile, and you don't want to get stuck in this position. But it you know, women that do this in pregnancy yoga classes, quite often you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. But once you're there, it's never as bad as people think. I've never had anyone get stuck there yet. So things to remember. So the main thing is, yeah, because you're tipping upside down, all of the blood is going to rush to your head. And the first time you come up, you do get this throbbing in your head, but your body is so clever. And even the second and the third time, it feels better straight away. Your body knows exactly what's going on and learns to deal with it. So we're going to do 3 sets. You staying in the inversion for 30 seconds or 3 big breaths, or coming up if you just feel that you need to come up. We want your head hanging loose and relaxed, and with each breath relaxing and releasing, which if you've been doing pregnancy yoga, you'll be quite familiar with that release with the out breath, all of the muscles letting go, and then you'll get the full effect. Okay, so I've got my chair set up here. So I'm going to come about 2 inches away from the edge of the chair. Can't see my head when I come up. And then hands down. So I've got a bolster here. So you might want to do this just to see that the position is right for you. And then coming down onto your elbows. So I'm hanging my head down. 3 nice deep breaths. Releasing and letting go with each breath out. And when you come up, just coming back up onto your hands, and I'm going to come to high kneeling. So this is important, just to breathe and let go and let everything settle back into place there. So it's 3 of those. So you come back up to high kneeling, let everything settle, take as many breaths as you need to, and then repeat. You go back down into the inversion, 3 breaths, back up, again high kneeling, let everything settle, and then your final time, again 30 seconds, releasing and relaxing with each breath out, and then back up. I would love to hear how you get on with this. Please, ask if you have any questions, if you're not sure about anything. And we do this in pregnancy yoga really regularly. It really helps to have other people around you all practicing together. You can also come to a couples class, and I do work one-to-one with people as well, especially to do with breech babies and transverse, getting baby into position. And I do offer a full course of one-to-one antenatal classes as well. Please get in touch. Please check out my website. It's emmasantenatal.com, and you can check out the Facebook page as well. So thank you for being here and listening. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.